Hello Capricorn, I am coming in to re-record this video. It for some reason didn't upload to YouTube, and then I went to go re-upload it and it deleted from my phone. So what I'm going to assume is that Spirit did not want those messages out, and we're gonna start again. So if you have not been here before, I am SerenaAurora. Welcome to my little corner of the universe. If you enjoy this reading and it resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell, comment. The algorithm does not know I exist if you do not do so. The whole point of doing these messages is to reach people and bring them clarity. So thank you for that. This reading may not resonate with everyone. Please check your sun, moon, and rising. And if you would like a reading, all of my information will be down below. So Capricorn, I need to remember life purpose. What is your life purpose? So let's start again. Okay. All right, Cappies. All right. So I was pulling from Doreen Virtue's Life Purpose deck, if this is something you like. I'm not really a huge fan of Doreen Virtue, but that is like one of my main things, is to figure out what path people should go down. So the first card that I got is your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. So the overall energy of your life purpose is about light and love. So I'm not talking being passive and being, so much in the light that you can't think logically or you can't be in your masculine energy. But what it is saying is that you are not supposed to come from a rigid, angry, bitter standpoint. You are supposed to come from a place of fairness and equality, and a higher consciousness. This isn't just about what beliefs and things. We need to, find the truth of something. The next thing is your soul longs to express itself. So creative expression. So part of your purpose has to do with your creative expression. You can problem solving requires a great deal of creativity. Your hobbies, release of energy, healing can all be a part of the creativity. It's a part of that womb energy that women naturally have. Thirdly, I like this one. Quite a few people have been getting this. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. I mean, that's kind of what is calling out to a lot of people right now. And it doesn't mean that you have to go to school and become a lawyer. It just means that justice has to do with the truth of things. And sometimes we gotta dig, find the truth, and then we gotta dig more, and we gotta find the truth. Like it's about the integrity of it. But it is about fairness and protection to others who need your help. Okay. Also, justice requires you to expand your mind. You can't just believe one story. You've got to, like I was saying, the digging is about research. It's about never-ending research. You are not, with justice, we have to be prepared and have our homework to be able to preach or speak about situations and experiences. And it does say that keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So apparently where you are now, you're on the right path. You might be in a lily pad situation that might lead you to other lily pads, and that lily pad might lead you to, you know, your niche. It's just all about allowing the universe to bring you those things. So also, which this is interesting, counseling. So counseling, light and love, creative expression, and justice. I mean, that speaks to someone who maybe is working in more of a humanitarian type atmosphere. It says you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. I mean, empathy allows us to suspend ourselves into someone else's shoes. And usually people who are empaths can feel other people's emotions. So that can go a long way. That can go a long way, because even though you might not be treated the same as someone else, empaths feel and soak up other people's pain, emotions, sometimes illnesses. Empaths can be very telepathic, so you don't have to experience, and this isn't for everyone, because not everyone's an empath, you know, not everyone's has this same path, but we are speaking to someone who is able to suspend their own judgment into a place of deep feeling and deep hearing. So this is something I think that the universe needs more of, and that's why more people are waking up, because there are some things in this world that are happening that do require that, you know, I may not be able to experience the exact same situation, but I can soak up your feelings as a seer. I can see what you've seen, all of those things. It's about soaking up someone else's experience to understand it. That's rare, you know? So counseling is a big one. Study, reading, research, education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So study, study, study. It's like, you know, if you're going to step up to a debate, you aren't going to go in uneducated. It's kind of the same thing. You need to dig, 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 dig. And your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. So when I see cards like that, it doesn't always mean that you're meant to be a musician, but it might be something that you practice with others that you actually enjoy. You know, not all of our hobbies are meant to be, you know, to gain money off of. Sometimes we just do things for the love of it, you know, and it doesn't require any of that. Okay, so let's pull from the Osho deck. Okay. Okay. First one, rebel. You see all those chains breaking. This is about breaking old paradigms. This is about going against a system that no longer works. This is going against the grain. This isn't convention. This is progressive thinking. Clinging to the past. Let go of the past and let it get out of your head. I mean, this seems to be, some of these cards are, you know, a little bit more detail about the previous cards that I pulled. This might be letting go of the past. You're meant to break down old paradigms that come into this realm, or that is still being used, is still being abused, just those type of things. Ripeness. This has to do about these fruits fall from this tree naturally. They are not forced. They fall when they're ready. So keep doing what you're doing. you're on the right path, which that is right next to that card. Keep doing what you can, and at the end of the day, let the apples fall where they may. Just every day show up and do the right thing. Playfulness. I would say that because I see so much empathy within these people that I'm talking to, it's very needed to have that playfulness in your life. You have to have a balance of the playfulness and the work and the mission work and things like that, to enjoy what you're doing and not allow it to get you so depressed or anything. It has to do about some type of this energy of playfulness. Understanding is right next to counseling. So, I mean, I don't really need to explain that more, but, you know, having a deep understanding with study and counseling and that empathy, that's what's going to make the evolution of humanity go farther. Use your inner voice. It looks like a lot of study. It looks like, you know, this is right next to study. Maybe you're being drawn to certain books to read. Maybe you are drawn to pull from an oracle deck. Maybe, you know, whatever you're being drawn to, it's for a divine purpose. Your inner voice is speaking to you. And also there's dolphins in this, which make me think of that playfulness. So maybe that playfulness will allow you to be less rigid and allow those spiritual messages to come from your guides and God and all of that. Adventure. It looks like your life is meant to be an adventure, and it's not meant to be boring or stale. Let's see. Okay, so prosperity begins. So this looks like this avenue that I'm speaking to you about is a prosperous beginning. This, oh God, how do I say this? When you start to align with your purpose and you start walking in your mission, that's when prosperity usually begins. There's a lot of blessings that come to it. You know, it seems like, again, I'll use myself as an example because I know myself best, is, you know, I worked really hard for a long time, had 2 or 3 jobs all the time. All I've done pretty much my whole life, I would say that I worked hard and played hard, you know, in my 20s, but I was working 2 or 3 jobs all the time. And it was like I was going upstream constantly. And now that, you know, I have stepped into my mission and then I'm working with spirit and doing what I'm meant to be doing on this planet, I know deep in my heart that I don't have to be worried and that I will be taken care of. No, I'm not rich, but you know what? When we need food, money seems to appear. When we need a bill paid that was higher than our budget, money comes in and we seem to be able to pay things. So no, I'm also not saying I'm poor or anything, nor do you need to take a vow of poverty in this life. But when you step into that purpose, that's when prosperity begins. The Tower. So it does seem that there are some, you know, awakening happening here. It does seem that there is, you know, this card says disruption, and that's really what the Tower is. It's about demolishing the old and bringing in the new. The fact that I'm seeing that next to clinging to the past and breaking old paradigms, I would say that you are meant to be like a starter or a leader. Conflict and defeat is down the row of justice. I mean, to fight in the justice system, it's going to be a lot of conflict and defeat. You're fighting up against old things that old people don't want to make better sometimes, or who cannot see from your perspective. Some people are kind of stuck in their lens of perception. Foundation and achievements. So, I mean, you're gonna have this. And I feel like I might be speaking to some people who really want a family and a home and, you know, to have the rainbow and all of that. Foundation and achievements comes from building that foundation. You know, and we don't ultimately know all the time what foundation needs to be built in our life in order for achievement to happen. We're just kind of, you know, guessing and going with our intuition and waiting for the next hit of intuition. You know, it's a slow process that requires patience, but just trust that the universe is helping you build that foundation so you can have big achievements. And I mean, I think that you will have big achievements within this. It's just going to be hard. You stepped up to make big change in the world. Discontent and boredom. What is this? Okay. So I feel like maybe you haven't got nitty gritty enough. Maybe you've almost hit the nail on the head, but the whole picture isn't painted right. It's almost like tweaking some colors within the painting to make it more vivid or to fit right with the scenery. Something isn't set into place yet. And that might be a sign to know that you need to tweak what you're doing. And if this is people who are discontent with their purpose that they're not actually in right now, this is your sign. That when you're discontent and boredom, it means that you're not fully satisfied. Not saying that every day within your life mission will be not boring, or you won't feel unsettled, or it will be too routine, but it's saying give yourself a little wiggle room to change things. The shadow. I feel like you guys are dealing with the shadow of the earth and humanity. Changing the shadow, eliminating it, bringing light to it so that it can heal itself. This is a deep reading. Rest and rejuvenation. So the playfulness and the adventure, the music, this is next to all of that. And inner voice. You need to make sure that you're resting, you're playing, and you're feeling fulfilled within your career. So Capricorn, I hope that this actually uploads this time. I hope it resonated with you, and I will see you soon.